Next Pioneer deck today. This will now be our second to last Pioneer deck because Scholar was great and cut in Just Guy Creativity. This is a red-black mid-range deck. So just all the efficient answers you could want. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Magma Spray, Bonecrusher Giant, Murderous Rider. Hey, Ian, thanks for the 46 months. More people can't guarantee to make things faster. You can't get 9 pregnant people together to give birth to a full-term child in 1 month. That's an apt comparison, huh? So one thing so decks like this are something people have tried to make work in Modern for a long time, and they tend to struggle there. But in this less brutal format, they might be okay. One thing that I think is a big deal to this kind of deck is these adventure creatures really go a long way towards fixing that kind of wrong half problem that these mid-range decks frequently have, because these are cards that, even though they aren't the best threats, they're still threats in the games where you don't need them to be removal. We also have Chandra and Glorybringer up here at the top end as additional card advantage and ways to close out the game. We got a couple happies of Hazoret here, some Kalitas. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here with this and see how it goes. As someone who works a trade job, the company has to spend money to train people and then take a hit on production so people can get real on-the-job training. Yeah. Yep. I think the hiring people and training them and like losing some of the people that you hire because they just like aren't good at the job or they don't want to do it once they realize what it is. Like, it's not just as easy as like, oh, we want this to happen, we spent money and it happened. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. And like, trust me, I'm the furthest thing from a WotC apologist as you're gonna find on the internet. Yeah, this seems fine. Aces! Thank you for the 23 months. Hope your Tuesday is finding you swell. Happy New Year. Sailor Dark, thanks for the 1.5 years. Hopefully, so this is peak mid-range deck problem. Hopefully, we're playing a matchup where our Fatal Pushes have text, because that's a real problem for decks like this. Like, this could just be a match where Fatal Push is textless, and then we're down 2 cards. Didn't update Stream Decker, thank you. I appreciate you. So for those that are waiting for Arena, we're going to be starting the Arena segment a little bit later today because we had a cut for Pioneer. But we will still be doing 3 historic decks today. Again, with the wife and kids out of town, I have the flexibility to run as late as we need to. Thought you had a great relationship with WotC? Yeah. You know. Happy New Year's Eve, Mr. Mark. Joke's on you. I didn't want to cast my spells anyways, opponent. One thing that's worth noting in this deck is, unlike the last deck that we played, the Abzan deck, this deck does not have Fabled Passage in the mana base, right? Yeah, zero Fabled Passage, which means enabling Revolt for these Fatal Pushes is not trivial. So frequently, Fatal Push in this deck is going to struggle to kill things that cost more than 2. Christy and the kids are visiting my mother-in-law in Chicago for the week. So we stayed home over Christmas because it was our first Christmas in the new house. So she wanted to go up and see family. Sure. Thank you, sir. May I have another? So, Christy, I've had, between taking some time off for the holidays and some of the other stuff we've had going on, I've had not quite as many stream hours I'd like to do recently, so them going up to visit seemed like a good excuse to make up for a bunch of the time that I've missed recently. You want to be a shillionaire? That's true. For people that are collecting shillings, by the way, once every 30 days, you can gift a sub or cheer some bits, and you get bonus shillings for doing that once every 30 days. So you can't constantly pay to win it, but you can occasionally pay to win it. Yeah, so our opponent is playing Soul Flare, which I have a couple of Angrath's Rampages that can deal with that, but for the most part, we're kind of in trouble here, huh? Dude Light with the gifty. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Don't give out my secret. Listen, there are secrets that turn into dollars for me. We can push our Mutavault to enable the other push. Galaxy Brain Fatal Push Revolt. Love it. Oh, I don't have enough mana to do it this turn, huh? Whatever, it's fine. That's funny. I was messaging with Christy last night, and I was like, I don't know if I want to leave the house to go get... I, like, really wanted to get something to eat that, like, wasn't stuff I had at home. And I was like, I'm thinking about getting Chipotle, and I'm not sure if I want to leave the house to get it. And she goes... There's a Chipotle gift card in the package on the porch because Amazon had a lightning deal on it. And I was like, oh, all right, well, that makes that decision easy. When they find a Soul Flare, we're very dead. Yeah. So, Soul Flare, for those not familiar, it's actually a deck that we've played. That is great. It delves cards from their bins, just trying to figure out how many bits until I can unlock the middle of the burrito. 1k bits gets you a center burrito. So the Soul Flare here will delve Zatulpa, which is a keyword soup dino, along with Questing Beast to be a 4/4 Death Touch, Double Strike, Indestructible, Trample, Lifelink, all this stuff. And we actually can't take that card off the table game one when it looks like that. I have a goal to become a non-sub shillionaire to show how many shillings I have, but no actual money. These bits are from the bit mine. Thanks, Big F Monster, for the biddies. The top of the gift leaderboard is currently at 5 gifts. So what you're saying is I can accelerate my climb to shillionaire and get a swollen burrito? Thank you for the biddies, Spenzor. You can also, Spenzor, people that cheer bits, if you want to take a peek at the deck queue and let me know if there's anything in there you want to see a little bit sooner. As always, the people that support my stuff, I always encourage to dictate what we do and when we do it. Pancheros, that's not what I'm familiar with. Yeah, non-subs will probably take close to 1.5 to 2 years to hit shillionaire. I think I'm supposed to just board in Duresses here because I kind of just need to cut them off at the pass for being able to get things into their bin. So taking their Gather the Packs and Grizzly Salvage is one way I can do that. Chipotle is the king of all fast casual burrito places. Agreed. Thanks, Spencer. So, I wonder if I'm just supposed to Rabblemaster here to race them. That's probably the case, huh? Just like bring in all my threats. Hey, thanks for the sub gift, Boshek. The upside of playing like this deck is it can run down, control ramp, and Lotus Field. Yeah, I do think especially with Rabblemaster, we have an okay chance against them. I'm gonna mulligan for a discard spell. We have Angrath Rampage. Perfect. We'll bottom this. So if they don't have any other threats, we can make them sacrifice a keyword soup monster. Double Rabblemaster is also nothing to scoff at here. Rabblemaster, very similar to Legion Warboss, but kills slightly quicker. So Traverse fetches them a basic land at this point. They grabbed a Schwamp. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have played Mutavault on 1. Because then when I didn't have a play this turn, I could Mutavault hit them for 2. So I missed 2 points of damage. I'm gonna bump up the green ramp deck at the bottom of the queue before it gets banned. That's probably accurate, Fox. That's probably accurate. Ooh, Nullhide Ferox is a neat one. It's a big scary monster. And thanks for the support, Fox. That should definitely get it played this week. I think we're gonna do 8 more Pioneer decks this week. We're gonna do 2 tomorrow, 3 Thursday, 3 Friday. That comes into play tap still. Awkward. I think I just have to do this here so I can get in my hit. What's my professional opinion on Qdoba? It's worse than Chipotle. Yeah. Like I said, I'd expect this matchup to be very difficult for us. This is a matchup we could make better with sideboard changes though. So, like, Languish is the best possible card you can have in this against this Soul Flayer deck because it kills their Soul Flayer no matter what keywords it has on it. You're saying I can get some shillings and bump blue-red flash? You definitely can, Amato. Oh, Master. Dark text. If they have a thing here, we're just dead. I guess I could draw a second Angrath Rampage, but outside of drawing a second Angrath Rampage here, we're going to be dead to Soul Flayer. Yep. Again, just pretty peak mid-range problems. Like, we have a diverse selection of answers. They just didn't line up well into what this opponent is doing. This is hexproof and indestructible, so. And lifelink and double strike. So, can't do a whole lot there. Is it crazy that decks like this want a couple of Vraska's Contempts? Nah, I don't think there's a lot of Rekindling Phoenixes. I think Magma Spray is fine for a lot of the things you want to exile in this format. Like, there's definitely like more Scrap Heap Scroungers and Gutterbone type things than Rekindling Phoenixes. I also have like Kalitas as a way to help exile things as well. So like, if I wanted to play this archetype and I wanted to beat Soul Flayer, Languish is the card that I would want to play. Like, Vraska's Contempt wouldn't have even really helped us there because, like, it had hexproof too. Sweet, we're up to 1,100 people in here for Pioneer this morning. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful end of your year. Great numbers for Magic Online. Crackling Doom is an elegant answer to Soul Flayer too. They frequently pair it with Questing Beast though, so I guess it does miss some of the time. Those are cards. Huh? I think I just take Wizard's Retort here, right? Just want my spells to resolve. Like I've got Revolted Fatal Pushes and Murderous Riders to kill Master of Waves. This is a good example of a matchup where our selection of answers should be good. They have lots of things. We get to kill all of their things. They end step this Trickster, which they're likely to. Will Magma Spray it. Soul Flare versus Boggles. Good golly. That sounds... It does not sound particularly exciting. Yeah, I think the Soul Flare deck's super reasonable. We played it on stream last week or the week before, and it's back in the deck queue. Missing our Black Source. This deck does in fact have 26 lands in it, so it can go in the memoir at least. Leyline of Anticipation. Well, shoot. Well, shoot. Well, that makes things more complicated. Let's fire this up and attack. It's a neat card to have in Blue Devotion. This is a little punishing for attacking with the Mutavault, because now I can't replay this. Wow, brutal. It's been a while since I've been this dismantled. It's like tempoed us into last Thursday. Attack with the Mutavault was just like about as punished as it could be there. Yep. If they have Master plus a counterspell here, we're going to be super dead. With their Devotion, they could also double Master this turn, right? Because they can go 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I don't think double Master is beatable from here. Leyline tap my thing, yep. Think this is just a banger. It's also possible I should just hold up Murderous Rider and stomp here. Another Brazen Borrower. Vomit. The tempo is strong. Yup. Well, they have a buck ton of mana here, huh? Cast Down's a pretty okay draw. I assume they're going to cast a blue spell and diddle this dragon. They have 11 blue mana. Okay, maybe they're out of gas. We are going to 2 here, which means I can't Murderous Rider at this point. Magma Spray is a great draw. Any blue spell taps the Glorybringer. That's gross. Yeah, we're just dead. Good. Great example of tempo and motion there. We just had way more powerful cards than they did, but our cards were so expensive, they were able to just, like, send them back to our hand over and over and over again, so they just didn't matter. Hazoret seems real bad. Chandra seems okay. I really don't have better cards to bring in here, huh? I've got, like, Angrath Rampage, I guess, and maybe that's worth bringing in just because I want more cards that play to the board. But big part of that game too was part of the fact that we were stuck on 5 lands, right? So like they kept bouncing our stuff and tapping our stuff, and I just like was failed to generate a double spell turn except for like one of the turns there. Just never had enough mana to really get off the ground. I did not. The sideboard was not constructed with mono blue Devotion Flash in mind. Yep. I think I'm just going to play this tapped on 1. It lets them draw 1 more card before I Thoughtseize them. Potentially lets the Thoughtseize get Spell Pierced here, but it saves me some life as well, which I think is valuable. Outside of like Spell Piercing, this is okay. Brazen Borrower is just really good for them. Super impressive. Card's just super powerful in general. Good luck, Godspeed, buds. Honestly, for me, the drive in the snow would be worse than a... Not a fan of driving in weather. Stay safe. We have a lot of 1-mana spells here at least, so that's nice. The problem is they're hitting land drops and we're not. So, like, at a certain point, they're going to be able to just, like, play enough things to play through what we have. Feels 26 lands, man. Perfect. In. Didn't have to discard. Fist bump. Second Leyline of Anticipation, sure. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stomp their face here. I have so much removal in my hand, and then just like play this Bonecrusher Giant out. think I'm just passing. I don't really want to attack and give them something to bounce with Harbinger of the Tides. They have Postmates where we live. That's like Grubhub, right, basically? Generally speaking, being flooded tends to be better than being screwed. Being screwed tends to be better than being flooded, but when one of the decks is a tempo deck, that dynamic changes a little bit. They elected not to bounce my card back to my hand because it could. It could just be played as Stomp. Yes, yeah, they're with, what's his name in their deck? They could draw a bunch of cards with their X spell. Gadwick. Here he comes now. Yep. Well, we really wanted to draw a land there, so that way we could jam this Chandra and start embleming them, but alas, here we are. Get to bang this and put them to 10 at least. Yeah, I'm pretty quick on the mute key. It's actually funny. I spend the majority of my time that I'm at my desktop computer streaming. So like when I go to like sneeze or cough or blow my nose when I'm not live, I often hit my mute hotkey out of instinct. It's like one of those, oh right, gotta do that. Yup. That was not particularly close, huh? Can't be rude to the FBI. Well, I use a Linux computer at home, so the FBI is not listening. It's one of the upsides of the open source software. Although I guess I have an Android phone, so they're probably listening on that. That's probably a fair assessment. I tried my darndest to use a Sailfish OS device for the longest time, and it just didn't have enough features, and I had to go back to using an Android device. I'm aware, so my jab saying that I have a Linux computer so they're not listening is not saying that they don't use Linux. Linux is used almost everywhere. It's more to say it's harder to put listeners into open source software. Because, well, it's open source so people can look and find them. It's not like Microsoft or Apple where they can just, like, pay the big evil company to do what they want them to do. So kind of scary 4-drop they have here. That qualifies as a scary 4-drop. Someone in chat said that the streamer Aspiring Spike is someone who does a lot of Moto and Pioneer stuff, had been playing something similar to what our last opponent was doing, so you can probably check out some of their content on Twitch. I don't know if they do YouTube as well, but a lot of Twitch streamers have past broadcasts enabled. At the very least, you should be able to go back in there and snake a deck list. Okay, well, if they put this into play tapped, that's scary. Man. So I was hoping to Magma Spray this Mutavault Chandra, but with the shock in there, I don't think I want to call. I think there's a good chance they're not bluffing and have a way to kill this Mutavault. Yeah, their Sultai Flash deck is in the deck queue already, actually. Yeah, I mean, developing formats are always great, right, Scholar? Like, fresh standard formats are some of the best things Magic has to offer. And, like, Pioneer right now is currently inside of, like, a once-in-a-decade experience, which is that, you know, this is a non-rotating format in this fresh developmental stage. This is something we won't experience again for a very long time in Magic. Nice, Sajad. Kind of surprised they didn't plus Chandra before they started doing everything. Feel like they could have found a Fatal Push or a Thoughtseize off of that and been better off. Feels like we're pretty buried at this point. Opponent's deck kind of seems like a better version of what we're doing. Playing green cards to accelerate, like, would take a lot of the clunk out of what this deck has going on. Like, a lot of our games have definitely felt like we have too much top end and no way to get there sooner. And Tireless Tracker is a heck of a source of card advantage. So, like, we have actual nothing left and they have a Chandra and 3 cards in their hand. Well, I guess we have this little Mutavault, not to sell him short. But this is a tough hill for little Mutavault to climb here. What kind of music do I like? A lot of pop punk style stuff from the early to mid 2000s. Paramore, Fall Out Boy, Rise Against. There was a band that one of my buddies recommended to me. I think they're called Against the Current. Reminds me of a lot of Paramore's early stuff. Like, kind of rocky with a good, strong female vocalist lead singing. Nice, Winding Road. Yeah, they're really good. The current Pandora station I've been listening to the most is an Against the Current station. I think with Fall Out Boy splashed in. Magma Spray seems bad against their higher toughness threats. Bring in these removal spells. Often I like to trim Thoughtseize in these green-black mirrors. I think it's probably right to do that. These kind of rock-based mirrors. I have a pretty big range of what I listen to, though. Like, if you go back and click and like the list of songs that I've sung or parodied on stream at some point, it's a big range. Synapse Command? What Synapse Command? Oh, is there an F2K thing recommending a Synapse Command? If so, that's a new sponsor they haven't informed me about yet. Was it on the F2K scroller? Yeah, Hailstorm comes up on a lot of the stations that I listen to. They are reasonable. I'm gonna bottom this Hazoret because it can't attack for a long time, generally speaking. I don't know that I like Hazoret in these decks that are like pretty reactive like this deck is. To be fair, I don't think I said I listened to everything. I believe I said I listened to a wide range of things. If I said everything, that's incorrect. Wide range of things is the correct vernacular to describe what I do and how I feel. Goose is a weird inclusion in their deck. I like a lot of what my opponent's doing. Except Goose feels strange. I actually don't mind some country and some rap. I grew up listening to country. And then, like, you know, you've heard me parody Eminem on this stream plenty of times. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make them discard Kill this Satyr. And then probably untap and Rampage this Xenagos. You sack a Planeswalker. Yep. This lets us Murderous Rider that. Not before it makes 2 clues, unfortunately. This card advantage is probably going to be pretty tough for us to overcome. I unfortunately can't Bonecrusher this because they just crack a clue in response. I'm going to pass the turn, putting a stop on their upkeep. Because if they crack a clue at end of turn, I can Bonecrusher it in response. Alright, well now we'll just do this. Doing it during their upkeep so that way they don't have an opportunity to play another land during their main phase and generate a 3rd clue. I didn't want to attack with the Mutavault because I have a 6-drop in my hand and they had Fatal Push mana available. So I think it's bad to expose one of my lands to a Fatal Push like that. Stomp on Chandra. Cute that they made mana to crack a clue instead of just dealing 2 to us. Alright, little punish for using Stomp aggressively, but that's fine. Gets their threat off the table at least. Ideally here, they'll play out some cards that die to Chandra's -3, and then we'll get to draw a red source and Chandra clean the board and maybe be in an okay spot. If they play like Tireless Tracker here, that'd be good for us. Or another like Paradise Druid, a threat or something like that. Yeah, so ideally we want to draw a red source next turn so we can just like clean the board. Alright, well. Just cast Murderous Rider then, I suppose. Hey, Andrew Scott. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month and keeping me employed. Feels dead, man. I guess I can draw a kill target planeswalker card. Yeah. Have we not won a game? Are we 0-6 in games? We need to be more specific, yeah. Good. You can technically kill a planeswalker. Alright, let's try one more. Again, if we get on the scoreboard, we'll fight back for our 2-3, but see, I would like to win a game. Can we win a game? This has definitely been less successful than our more red-based builds that aren't playing Thoughtseize. We played a couple of like bigger red decks over the last week that were red with a very just touch of black, mostly for sideboard cards. Those both felt reasonable. This felt kind of clunky. A lot of wrong half problem. A lot of the answers we're playing not lining up well into the threats that our opponents are playing. That's like kind of just like the peak problem with decks like this. If your stuff lines up well, you have a good time. If your stuff doesn't line up well, you just like die with a bunch of useless cards in your hand. I'm just gonna spend my mana here. Just get that out of there. They're playing Legion's Landing. I expect them to have a lot more creatures to put into play, so killing them early and often is probably ideal. We got an Esper Tokens deck, maybe? At the beginning of your upkeep, return an enchantment you control to its owner's hand. That's adorable. This is what non-rotating formats are about, chat. It's about finding interactions like these and going like, yeah, that's cute. I want to do that. We are definitely in the 0-3 section of this league. We've entered the Riptide Chimera bracket. We played Blue-Black Ninjas this morning. That's cute. Kill it with fire. That's adorable. All right. Step on that one. The new Theros enchantment that draws 3 is going to be really sweet with 4 mana Vraska and Doom Foretold. They do not Winding Road, but in my vast amounts of experience playing both competitive and friendly leagues, the deck quality between the two of them was identical. The people that tried to tell you otherwise were mostly egotistical idiots that were trying to make themselves feel better by putting other people down. Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. This is a standard staple dance of the Mance. I like what they're doing. It's neat. Neat. Alright, what's your last card? What you got? Oh, I hate this application. Oh, Magic Online. So for those that are wondering, we were going to cast Chandra and kill their Chimera. Instead, we activated Mutavault. Which now they get to pick up the Legion's Landing and make another 1/1. So like, I'm a turn behind on my Planeswalker, I take 3 damage, and they get a 1/1. Barring a series of good top decks from the opponent, we're still ahead here, but we're a lot less ahead than we otherwise would be. So the bug is there's a hotkey where when you hold the hotkey down and click on a land on Magic Online, it's supposed to tap the land for the first color. So if I hold this hotkey and click this, it just adds black to my mana pool without bringing up the menu for which one I want. And sometimes when you hold that hotkey with other mana floating and click on a creature land, it activates the creature land. So that was the bug we just experienced there. Was me attempting to save time. That might be one of the first times a Riptide Chimera has ever been Dreadbored. Good chance. One banger, please. The picture on this thing is wild. Oh, it's a Chimera. I guess that makes sense. It's got 3 different heads. Morning, Shame Spiral. Oh, does the new Heliod give lifelink? Is the new Heliod the traverse target we wanted for Christmas? It gives lifelink and wait, what? All right, hold on. I need to look at this. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on target creature or enchantments you control. Wait. So this is just a 2-card Ballista combo then, right? Wow, that whole deck changes. It's actually just Heliod plus Walking Ballista. It's Heliod, pay 2, target your Ballista, kill them. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's really funny that they spoiled this. well, now do I even put that banner? Never, I'm gonna tell my, never mind on that banner. Because, like, that deck just changes, right? I'm not, like, not putting it up on the website now. Good morning, Lily. Happy New Year's Eve. Wow, that's great. Now the whole deck looks different with that card. Believe it or not, I don't think I sideboard against a deck full of enchantments. I think we just clicked the sideboard here. It's not been great. Yeah. Yep, no problem, mortal. Honestly, the 3 Noxious Grasps are what seem like a lot. There's a number of graveyard decks in this format. I think Grafdigger's Cage is fine against them. It also randomly turns off, like, Frenzy, too. Yeah, gosh, I don't even know now, because, like, the whole deck just changes, right? Because, like, the league we just played had, like, Archangel of Thune, that's, like, a reasonable card. Like, we won a lot of games with just a fair Archangel of Thune deck, so it feels like it's just a different deck with a 1/2 card combo. Yeah, like, it's actually mono white Splinter Twin, right? Like, you can literally put that into any deck. Sorry, I had to tweet thanking Watsy for Pioneer Splinter Twin. Coolius, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, card number 4 we have to read. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. When a cartouche enters the battlefield under your control, return Trial of Ambitions to its owner's hand. Deggles, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. This actually might be a tough one for us to beat. Maybe I should have Chandra and Rabblemaster in my deck right now. Just have more win conditions. That's very possible. I mean, Idyllic Tutor is not really a constructed playable card. Doom Foretold. Woof. Gosh, I don't know that we can beat that card. I guess we just, like, pass for a turn and take our lumps. But yeah, I definitely want Rabblemaster and Chandra post-board. Not close. I love Oreo. Thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is, like, a completely different half of the opponent's deck we're seeing here. Trial works really well with Doom Foretold too. Their deck seems really sweet. Got a lot of neat angles going on. The possible blue-white control can just slot in the combo. Yeah, the combo it's gonna be worse than Splinter Twin in terms of, like, how many decks are going to play it. It's literally, like, every deck that can make white mana in Pioneer now has to ask themselves the question. Why aren't they playing this combo? Why aren't they just putting six to seven cards in their deck that combo kill their opponent? Like, it will likely be incorrect for every deck that makes white mana to not be playing the combo. Seems like a big mistake. Can a mod make a command? We're going to be talking about this most of today, I assume. Yes, people also want to splash white into other decks for the combo. Matthias Hunt with the best response to my... Alright, it's been a while since we've done Jeff Does Social Media, but this is great. I like the part where Deceiver Exarch is indestructible and an enchantment. Yeah, honestly, that'll probably be good enough for Modern, too. Like, just like actual factual Splinter Twin. Yeah, there's a very good chance that's just good enough for Modern. Oh, I should have just Glorybangered that, right? Why did I do that? I should have just banged that. Whatever. Can you just link? Can a mod just link? Let's just link my thing. I'd be very surprised if that survives. I'd be very surprised if that survives. Things that are probably not okay. That. Things that are probably not okay. That. If they have, what's it called? We're probably dead, right? They have Dance here. Mirror Maid. God, their deck seems like gasoline. I feel sad that we're like sitting over here playing red, black, fair stuff and like they're doing what they're doing. Really glad we queued in for one more match. Their deck is kind of awesome. Yes, Ballista needs 2 counters. So on turn 4, you play Ballista for X's 2, and then on turn 5, you play Heliod and activate it. It's super, super clean. Yeah, or if there's an empty board, you can just attack in. I would be happy to recreate the opponent's deck list if someone wanted to add it to the deck queue. Definitely capable of doing that. Although, would probably prefer to wait till Theros drops to play it, because the new Theros set's going to give it some good upgrades. But yeah, something like what they're doing would definitely be acceptable for the deck queue. What are they doing exactly? They're playing Esper Doom Foretold with a lot of sweet enchantments that have like come into play effects, so like Fuel Doom Foretold, and then they're playing Dance of the Manse, along with like Underworld Coinsmith to drain people out, and Riptide Chimera to pick their enchantments up and use them over and over again. Seems real neat. Take a peekaboo here, shall we? In Modern, Heliod also gains infinite life with Spike Feeder, and both are Coco hits. Holy crap. So in Modern, what did they do? What did they do, chat? What did they do? It goes infinite with 2 cards in Modern? Oh, God, as if that format couldn't be more of a stain. As if that format couldn't be more of a stain. Gosh, that's great. I'm so happy. Magic's great. I should respond to my tweet with Spike Feeder. Is it premature to say that white is too strong and looks at roulette wheel, blue is now the worst color in Magic and WotC hates it? Well, I mean, Veil of Summer strongly implies that WotC hates blue, right? All the people that tore up their blades look really silly right now. There's probably just a new deck. All right, we're on the scoreboard, chat. Let's see if we can get our $5 back. We're 2 in. We're 1 in. 1 in 3. Win the next one, we get $5 back. The half a burrito match, it's like 2/3 of a burrito, right? Little tiny baby burrito. Thanks everybody for hanging out here today, by the way. It's our last match with Red-Black Midrange. And when we wrap this up, we're going to swap on over to playing some Jeskai Indomitable Creativity combo. So don't go anywhere after this. We have plenty more Pioneer coming up. We're going to roll on into Historic Magic Arenas on rotating format after that deck. Untap Black Source. Untap Black Source. Sick. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Man, chat. The 3-loss bracket on the 3-loss bracket on this application is wild. I guess I'm taking Cerulean Drake because I can't kill it. I think. Does this in a Hardened Scales deck seem super powerful, makes it faster, and a super proactive plan B? Alright, they drew a land. The X3 brackets for the bread. They got a second Colossal Hammer. All right, so here's the question. Do they ban Heliod or do they ban something Heliod adjacent? What do we think? Do they ban the new card? They don't ban the new card, right? So they're gonna ban Walking Ballista? Is that what this means? They ban Walking Ballista? They definitely ban the Heliod adjacent card, right? Yeah, they ban Ballista in Pioneer, and in Modern they're just like, go nuts. I feel like that's gotta be it, right? Like they ban Ballista, and in Pioneer they're like whatever, or in Modern they're like whatever, bugger off. They leave Modern to rot. Yeah, I assume Modern gets left to rot. God bless. Which is sad because I like the Abzan deck we just played. I have no idea what our opponent apparently has no idea what they're doing. All right, so we got our $5 back. 5 or 10. Only lit 5 on fire. I don't know. I feel like this deck ended up being a worse version of the bigger red decks we played previously this week. I feel like leaning heavier on the Black Splash made us more reactive, and the strength of the bigger red decks that we played prior was that they were largely proactive decks that were occasionally reactive, especially in post-board games. So I think having this more reactive slant game 1 was less ideal than the more base red decks that we had played previously. So overall, I think this one was a bit of a miss for me. All right, what are we doing next? So I've got to grab We have, let me show you this next one before we hit the ad roll, because you're gonna want to stick around for this one. Someone 5-0'd with this. It is Jeskai Creativity. So this is a pile of Pioneer legal Magic the Gathering cards that we'll be exploring soon. You think WotC's sitting there thinking if they break Pioneer and Modern, more people will play Standard? Maybe. Our opponent conceded the final match after we beat them game 1. Alright, so I'm going to fetch some cards for this. When we get back, we're going to jam some of this. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.